Thanks for staying with us. So on this segment, we'll be having an uncovering discussion with Wunmi, the wife of late music sensation Ilerioluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. She'll be letting us into her world. She'll be unearthing everything she knows about the highly controversial death of her husband and how she's grappling with life 18 months after. Welcome to the show, darling.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes. Now, the views and opinions expressed in this live broadcast are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the editorial policy of TVC News or TVC Communications. We just had to put that out there. So welcome.
Thank
welcome.
You.
My very first question is, how have you been? How are you doing? And how has it been so far?
Yeah, glory be to God, because it's been God's grace that kept me to this moment. So I would just say it's just God's grace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also the genuine people around me.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been supportive.
Yeah, they've been supportive.
So give us an introduction into your love story. How did you meet Mohbad? How did you start the relationship?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I met him when I was 13, like 12 years ago. It was a to-go stuff. I don't know if you know to-go. Like it was an application, like
okay.
I'm a millennial. Yes, I met him there, and we became friends. I used to be a rapper. And, he sings too.
Okay.
So we got serious. Like we started as friends, and the relationship was just based on friendship from the beginning. Because I was little, and he was 15 then. I was 13. So as things goes on, told me he likes me, and just continue our relationship till we became married, and God blessed us with a baby boy.
Okay, let me add to that question. There were also allegations of maybe you stepped out during the course of the relationship and the marriage. Stepping out meaning you had somebody else by the side. Yeah. How true is that?
Yeah, that was true.
Oh.
Yeah, yes. No, it was a baby relationship. Like I think we started our relationship officially when I was 17. Okay. Then I was in university, and then it was in what is it called? It was in Oshun while I was in Ijebode. So our relationship was not really stable. You understand? But as time goes on, I think we got really serious 2018. Okay. So from 2018 till 2023.
There was no stepping out during that period. You were serious with him.
Yes, we're serious.
So,
ladies.
Okay, so I would say really very young and all, and since this issue started, how have you been able to cope with your in-laws? What have the issues between you and your in-laws? What can you say? How has it been?
Yeah, I think I've been good with the other member of the family, aside my father-in-law that has decided to turn his back against on me and Liam and the rest of the family. So I feel I'm good. I'm with my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is a very nice person. Like she's unproblematic, and my sister-in-law is also good. But she doesn't want to get involved in this case because she's not happy with the way things are going, and it is just a little what she can do.
Can you tell us about the case itself? What the
controversy?
The case that is ongoing.
Okay.
And your own take about it.
Like I should tell you how it happened, the events surrounding it. Yeah. So the whole thing started at the show. The last show he went to at Ikorodu.
No, not necessarily his death.
Okay.
After his death.
After his death, yeah.
The controversy around
is it the DNA now?
There's conversation against the money that was contributed, and why exactly is your father-in-law against the current situation that is happening here?
Yeah, I think number one, the family is not in love before the demise of my husband. But my husband has a way of trying to settle the whole thing amicably. So after his demise, it was just from one family dispute to another. And my father-in-law, myself, is actually my friend. He's like a father figure to me. And but before my husband's demise, we had some issues, like just a family feud. But I feel like he's been trying to convince people with the family issue. Do you understand? I hear a lot of people, based on their emotion, thinks everything that is said is just centered around the justice for Mohbad. But deep down, the few ones that knows, and the families knows that every damn thing that's been going on after my husband's demise is about the family dispute. Do you understand? Yeah. And also the DNA issue is one thing that, you know, that brings so much pain into my heart, because it sounds funny, like, how did we get here? We started from Justice for Mohbad, and one way or the other, somebody somewhere on social media that thinks he has right to just interfere into family issues started the DNA narrative, and you know, a lot of people get along with it. And my father-in-law, which happens to be the elderly person, like, I expected him to at least, even though he needed the DNA, I actually believe that he should find a way to address it. Do you understand?
Talk to you maybe privately?
Yeah, he never, exactly, but instead, he was just going online, talking about DNA. I even had to call him. I put a call to him, like, sir, what do you want? Like, what exactly, like, how do we get here? Can you just leave this aside and let's focus on why the whole world are out? Like, this is just for, like, what exactly do you want from me? And even when I called him, he didn't talk about the DNA. Like, he was just talking about the properties, the landed property my husband got for me, and, you know, I was expecting him to talk to me as a father-in-law to daughter-in-law, like, what do you want? Like, talk to me, stop going out there to talk about it. But he never did. I called him severally. He never said anything regarding the DNA or anything. What he was just telling me was about my husband's property. If I feel like I have anything with me, I should just hand everything over to him, or else he would go out to destroy me.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yes.
Wow. So, can you speak on, like, you know, the alleged bullying against your late husband?
Amaka, I would like you to take that properly, but let me just add something to follow up on this.
Okay.
So I think I remember there was a time he was here for an interview, and one of the, that's your father-in-law now, one of the questions we asked him was why was he insisting on the DNA? And I remembered him saying that because the son had told him at some point, or told a friend at some point, that the baby was not his. So do you think he has a right to ask for the DNA, knowing that somebody has mentioned something like, likely this baby may not be his?
As a father, I think, you know, legally he doesn't have the right.
Okay.
But because I feel like I have nothing to hide, so I feel like him asking me for DNA is not an issue.
Okay.
But it's just the way he's asking me, like, you know, yes, it's like, because he knows so that presently, like, I'm actually, let me just say, the most bullied widow in Nigeria right now. And I feel like as a father-in-law, well, we were friends. Like, that man is actually my friend.
Wow.
Years before this whole thing, like, that was my right hand. That was his right hand.
Were you legally married?
Yes, we had traditional marriage.
Okay, traditional marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
We're not legal. It was just traditional
That's
marriage.
legal enough.
Yes.
You're wife. You're wife to the family.
Of course I am.
Yeah.
So at first, when this DNA narrative came out, I told you, like I said before, I called him, but wasn't talking about it. He was talking about something else entirely. And it was, you know, I saw him going to an interview talking about the DNA, and I was like, at first he said because the Nigerians wanted hits.
Okay.
Later he moved to saying my husband's friend told him that he only had sex with me once. That why would I tell him that I'm pregnant? That once one sex can never lead to pregnancy and all of that. Meanwhile, this same person that he said told him these things did not follow us back home. That was the person that fought with him at the show. So how come this same person
is the one
insisting? I told him, because this same person did not go to the house with us. It was just me, my husband, his brother, and the other team members. And he has found a way of convincing people that this DNA is one way or the other linked to my husband's demise. And you know, Nigerians tend to like work on their emotions. Do you understand? It's like it's just few people that would think outside the box. Do you understand? No, and you know, he's been trying to convince people in one way or the other, saying I'm promiscuous, I'm this, I'm that, and most people do not even know that he was even the one that wanted this baby. I mean, my father-in-law just left me and my husband. We're still young.
Yeah.
I got pregnant when I was 23 years. But most people do not even know that this same man fasted with me, my husband, and himself for 7 days.
You were pregnant.
We went to different places. He took me to mountains, churches. Like he gave me so many things to eat and drink.
Wow.
Do you understand?
So that you can get pregnant.
Yes, because like I don't know, he was just insisting that the Holy Spirit tells him that I should get pregnant, and there is a reason for it. And when
Okay.
So yes. Can ask questions.
So there are lots of controversies and allegations against the bullying of your late husband by the former record label, Manley and Sam Larry. Can you enlighten us more on that? Can you speak on that?
Yeah, the truth is on the media. Like I know that one you would have seen it. Yeah, so it is on the media, and I feel like one way or the other, he should get justice. Do you understand? Because bullying is not
like to you.
What would you like?
They should pay for everything. It's killer. The people that bully, everything. They should pay for it. Like that is the only thing that can give me closure right now.
What do you mean by pay?
Yes, like they should, like legally. You know, bullying is not is a criminal offense in a legal way. So I feel like whoever does something like that should be punished for it. And one way or the other, the nurse that injected my husband too, and the guy that he fought with at the show, one way or the other, I feel like they should pay for it too.
Okay, so sorry, Kpai. So now, speaking on that DNA, don't you think that have you granted the request to your father-in-law
since last year?
Okay, so the results are out and everything.
He didn't do it. He has stopped. Like he
doesn't want the DNA anymore.
Yeah, he's still not interested in it anymore.
Whoa!
But you've done it.
But have you done it?
I haven't.
Okay.
And you don't want to do it?
You don't want to do it?
Of course I will. That is, it is a must because of my child.
Yes.
I don't want the stigma to...
Also shuts people up.
Exactly.
Yes, for sure. You know, and I feel like, you know, I don't blame people because, you know, if I was not in this mess too, and listening to everything that my father has been saying, you know, it is convincing one way or the other. So I wouldn't blame people that has been out there trying to defame my baby and, you know, bully him because they are acting on based on what they've heard. Do you understand? And I feel like the only thing I can just do to even my husband to be at peace with me is to clear that innocent baby's name out of this mess. But now my father-in-law seems uninterested because he's really not.
So he can do it for you.
Yeah, he can do it for you.
For you and for the baby.
Not
so no, but you know the.
Okay.
So I hear do it for you and all of that, but
it may not be now.
He has already put out.
Exactly.
Yes, so she should
still do the conversation online was that it has to be done with a witness, so as to guarantee that we know that this child. So even if she comes out and says I've done it and this is the document,
so
the same person can still say it's not true. So it's not just about doing it for her because she knows who is father of her child. It's now to do it to convince the other people and say which is honestly if she I feel for you.
You're going through a lot.
Like I don't think you're too young to have gone through. Like you've lived the life. Some people have done 80 years on earth and they did not go through the battles you fought in the past few years, you know. And I really, really feel for you because I just, at the point in time, I had to shut my mind towards the entire thing because it now became everybody was just jumping on it for trend without realizing the lives of those at stake. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, can you just, you know. And I hope that the family members that have supported you have truly stood by you because really it's you shouldn't have to be doing interviews everywhere to clear what is going on.
Like left to me, I don't even have the mindset of doing interview. I'm just like I've been trying to be the bigger person in this situation. But you know, the main reason why I'm here is because of my husband and my child. Left to me, I'm fine, you know. No, but like I know who I am. Do you understand? And I feel like a lot of people are entitled to their opinions, and none of their opinions can change who I am. I know me; they don't know me. Do you understand? But I feel like that innocent baby doesn't deserve all of this thing that's been going on. And also, my husband, he has been at the morgue for 17 months now.
Yeah. So what's halting the burial?
Yeah. So that and also you know that little baby too. In one way or the other, it needs to live a free life. Do you understand? That stigma needs to be cleared off. Because that is one thing that will make me a mother. You know, do you understand? That is my child, and I'll go any length to make sure that.
What's the plan for the burial?
You are still here because you know the coroner inquest is on hold, and it was one woman one of my father-in-law supporter that made sure that the whole thing should be honored because. Why? Because she said she got to realize that my father-in-law has not been telling the truth, and she wants her own personal lawyer to go to the inquest to join the inquest. So I think their lawyer submitted an application to the magistrate court, and they said, the lawyer told the magistrate that he wants everybody to come back again, like he wants this inquest to start all over again. So like it's been back and forth.
That's why it's on hold.
Yeah, that is why it's on hold. And my father-in-law is also aware of it, and I feel like he's in the position to
find a way
because the woman is his supporter, like the woman, like they are in a relationship, they are close, and I feel like if you want to put a stop to it today, he knows what to do. All he has to do is just to talk to the woman, and you know things will get sorted. But he has refused to do it. Instead, he's always going on interview, saying like blaming it on the government, and so many people believed him because he has been the only one talking. The government knows nothing about this. So it's just an individual.
Okay. So like the question on so many people's lips for clarity, you know, did Mohbad, did he have a will? What properties are really causing all these rifts? Are there royalties that you're receiving from his songs?
Yeah.
What are the sharing formulas? But people really want to, because it seems like this whole fight is centered around property, wealth, will. So can we have more clarity? Can Nigerians have more clarity on that? What exactly are they fighting for? Which property? Which royalty? What exactly are you getting anything with your son now since this whole thing?
Aside
What's
from the money
problem?
people contributed for Liam after my husband's demise, I have not gotten anything so far. Like, I feel like every damn thing that he has been on hold the moment he died up to this moment. And I feel like the problem here is that my father-in-law wants to be in charge
of his
everything. Yes, that is where that is the beginning, because that was the real thing I knew that caused this whole thing. So my father-in-law wants to be in charge. You know, you're speaking to a lot of people, my husband's friend, like everybody, my husband's lawyer and all of that. So you want to be in charge. And, you know, people were just telling him to just hold on. This guy has a child. Can we just allow it to be done legally? So that's where the problem.
Okay, so did Mohbad, did he write a will?
No, that's
he was young now.
Here is my concern. Because of this case being protracted for so long, there is no properties, the royalties, everything is now like paused until the case is resolved before you can now withdraw anything from it. What are you doing?
Me.
Okay.
He has a lawyer.
Okay, before the lawyer can what are you doing personally to, like, for work, for earning, to keep yourself together? How are you surviving?
No, first, he had a plan on getting me a salon. That was before his demise. But he wanted to settle his parents then. To me, but you know, after his demise, a lot of people has been there for me. You know, my families, my husband's friends, like strangers, you know, has really been there for us financially, and you know. But later on, I think after a year of his demise, some people really run for me. I have an online business now where I sell hairs. Yes, and so I've been, it's been going well. Yes.
So let me ask you about the relationship between you and your sister. Okay. You've been at loggerheads. What exactly happened, and are people looking to resolve it anytime soon?
Yeah. So what happened is, like, my father-in-law has been, he has said so many things, and my sister has been the one like trying to counter him and all of that. So, it got really worse to an extent that my father was saying it all around. I used to F around. I used to put substance in my husband's food and all of that. Yeah. So my sister, like, who happens to be, like, she's somebody that she get angry easily. Went on live to talk about it, like trying to defend me. Like, said my father-in-law, like she was actually trying to defend me. And while doing that, she was really trying to talk about my husband being the cheating one and all of that. That is one thing that my husband and my child, I don't like it, because he's not here to defend himself anymore, and he's dead. So I feel like a reasonable person should at least say good things about him and not the bad ones. Do you understand? My husband is not an angel. He has one or two things, like he has his own side, but I feel like
don't put it out there when he's
exactly. He's dead, so people need to hear beautiful things about him and not the other way around. So, and before then, I actually called her and I told her to please, that she should not interfere in all of this. I actually begged her to please not say anything. In fact, she should not even answer my father-in-law. It is not because I don't have anything to say, but because I'm just trying to be a bigger person in this situation. And if I should reply to everything that's been said, this whole thing would have got more messy. So I feel like my silence is just the best. But she did not answer, so she went all out for my father-in-law, like to reply him. And she just, like, she was now talking about my husband. Like, my husband is the one giving me the infection and all of that. And and he didn't sit well with me. So I had to do a disclaimer on my Instagram story. And she got mad. She said I embarrassed her publicly. In fact, she even cried. I just did my thing. I never knew
it would hurt her like that.
Exactly. So, I was just trying to look after my husband. And
but there are speculations that while Mohbad was alive, two of you, your relationship was more like a cat and mouse.
Like you
and your husband. Me and my husband.
Yeah. So let me start by asking, what sort of relationship did you have with him? Was it a loving relationship? Were you people fighting back to back?
It was a loving relationship.
Okay.
And myself and my husband have never had a physical fight. No, like we're young couples, so you can't no marriage is perfect and no relationship is perfect, and you will not learn. You know, I'm actually dating an artist, so you know it is a lot, but you know we used to disagree to agree, and most times whenever he does something to me. As my father-in-law is actually my friend, so I always call him. So I think those are the things he's actually using against me now. So whenever he does something to me, I will just call, hey, Daddy, your son has done this and that. My father-in-law will call all the way from Ikorodu to beg me.
So you had a really good relationship. So this is really surprising for you.
I think I got to, I was pregnant like 2 weeks after the fasting and this thing. When I called him, he came all over from Ikorodu. He made stew for me. That man is I'm not going to like I would say the good things that he has done for me. Do you understand? And I feel like the reason for our issue is because he feels like I betrayed him in one way or the other, just because of my mother-in-law. You know, my mother-in-law is.
Oh, you now became close to her.
And I feel like even if I did anything wrong to him, as a father,
should have called you.
And even if you want to discipline me, like. I don't like you shouldn't go to his grandchild. Like it's you know, it is hot food. You understand? But the fact that he literally did this whole thing to even try to he didn't even spare that little baby. That is what I am.
He wasn't thinking about him.
Yes, I knew that. Okay, one way or the other, I feel like I'm supposed to at least talk to him before making some move. Like me trying to be on good terms with my mother-in-law and all of that, because it was just me and him. My mother-in-law is just like we are not.
And men have a tendency to be jealous like that.
Exactly.
And shifted to her.
Yeah, and when my mother-in-law came into the spirit, it was not even me. It was his child that willingly forgive her. So my mother-in-law was trying to maybe we sideline him. We didn't carry him along with him and all of that.
The family. This one is the family
issue. But let me come in, right? So you know, I hear from even what you're saying, even with the quarrel, I can still hear the love you still have for your father-in-law and the love you have for your late husband. You know, I can still see that mix. You know, and you know, when it comes to family, I just feel like that when you think about the things you miss about your husband and the relationship you had with your father-in-law, which I'm sure you also miss. You know, have you also tried to not be the bigger person, to call him aside and show him that love? Because sometimes, like what Tobedem said here, is that sometimes jealousy, and when we miss somebody or when we feel betrayed by someone that is close to us, all we need is just a hug and that love, and that reassurance of that love.
I called him. I actually asked her, Daddy, like, why are you doing this to me and your child and your grandson? And at first it was like, why do I have to take Liam to my mother-in-law's place? What does my mother-in-law?
That's the root of the matter.
Like what does my mother-in-law has to ask me to bring Liam over to him on the island? I took him there. Like why did I bring Liam to Ikorodu to meet him? And I was like, Daddy, I did that because Mama has been the only one asking of Liam. You never did. Instead, you're just going online to talk bad about me and Liam. I asked him again, like, what do you want from me? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, is there anything? And he was like, then it was like, if I'm ready to that he knows that a lot of people would have called me to tell me what you want. And I said yes. That was truly a lot of people called me, my dad, my mother, my husband's friend, my mother-in-law, and the rest. Like, yes, and I told him that yes, truly they called me, and he said, okay, so if I'm ready to agree to whatever he says, then there's no problem. Like, he will stop.
Okay, so what does he want?
Like, it's just the property. Like, he wants to be in charge.
Yeah. But tell us, let's talk more about Mohbad. And I like how you said, now that he's dead, many people should talk more about the good things that he's done. There are other things that, or dreams that he had, that if he was alive, he would have fulfilled, that he shared with you?
So many dreams, a lot. And part of it is, you know, his child. He wanted Liam to be out of the country. Like, he doesn't want Liam to grow up in this country. As we knew what would happen, And secondly, he had a plan. Like, he had a plan on releasing his album January last year. He died September 2023. Last year, January. He already has the name for the album. The album name is Liam, his son. And you know, he has so many plans. His father, like, he wanted to establish his mother as well. Like, he died on Tuesday. We're supposed to go to Ikorodu. I was supposed to go to Ikorodu on Monday to go with his mother to stock the rented up the shop that he rented for her. So he had so many plans for the family. He had so many plans for his brother. He wanted his brother to also further more on his education. You know, his music, and a lot of people has been there for him behind closed doors, like Olamide, Zlatan. Like, you know, they had plans on jumping into his album. So, you know, a lot. He has so many plans, but you know, it's just so unfortunate that death didn't make it happen.
So, and still trying to look at the positives of what has happened.
Yeah.
When he passed,
Yeah.
His music went
Viral.
Yeah.
People, I knew of a song, but I didn't even know who
was
sang
the
the
one.
song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even
It
me
was
too. That was what
after that
happened.
we now sort of found out that he was the one. So there was sort of like this inflow of a lot of attention towards him and everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're planning to do when all of this passes to keep his legacy? Like, what would be your ideal to maintain his legacy that it never gets forgotten?
Yeah, I feel like the first thing first is when the family is settled.
Yeah.
Because
That's when you can think.
nothing can happen without the family in order. Nothing. Like there's nothing that anybody want to try that will be successful.
True.
Okay, so what do you think is settling? Because I'm here thinking you're a very young woman and you're going through a whole lot. What do you think is settling to you?
What do you want?
A very young woman, and at the same time, when Mohbad was alive, he accepted Liam as his son. And I'm trying to figure out the reason why others will not accept the guy as his
So it's just
son.
my father.
Is it that when
the rest
they
of the family
accept him as their
it's
son?
just my
Okay, just your father-in-law. And I'll just say you should still go ahead and do the DNA with a reputable place.
The question, what
the question.
would
What
peace
settlement?
mean? What would settlement mean for you?
I think settlement. Okay, I think maybe when my husband gets the right justice he deserves.
Okay.
And my father-in-law, he should just, whatever you want, like he should do the DNA because he's not ready for the DNA now.
Okay.
Yes, it doesn't seem, it seems so uninterested with the DNA. He should just do the DNA. In fact, he's free to do it whenever he wants to.
Okay.
He should just give me the permission to also do mine because he doesn't want it. He wants his own personal DNA to be the last.
Okay.
Oh.
Have you
Yes.
Yeah. Have
So
you?
he should give me the permission to
Do
do
you
my own
understand?
personal DNA too.
Okay. Yes.
He wants to carry
be
it
the
out
DNA. Yeah.
without himself, without her involvement.
Yeah. So I just want to have my own personal DNA too.
as well. Yeah.
Yes, I don't mind. You should take it anyway. I don't have anything to hide.
Okay, but you will
My
still
own-
do your own.
Of course, yes. I
Which
just want
is
to
fair.
have my own done.
But do you need permission
We have
from
to go,
him?
darling.
to do your
We
own.
have
He
to.
knows about all of this, but I feel like he doesn't he knows. But my father-in-law is 100% sure that Liam is his grandchild.
Yeah.
The one with the other, Liam looks like him.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
We have to go. Thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show with
you.
us. The views and opinions expressed in this live broadcast are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the editorial policy of TVC News or TVC Communications. And thank you,
We wish
ladies,
you the
as well.
very,
Wish you the
very,
very best.
the very best.
Yes.
Sorry, we are
all
going
the
through
best.
that.
Yes, that life has to
And
give.
even you, the future is bright.
We wish you a lot of love, right?
May God continue to give you
Thank you so much,
strength.
ladies. Thank you for your contributions on the show, and thank you for joining us today.
welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, that's all we can take on the show.
All right, so I just watched the interview Mohbad wife did with one guy like that. And I will tell you that a lot of things was revealed in that interview. And I will tell you in full confidence that there are a lot of things that these people are not telling us. But if this lady continue to do interview, the truth go to come out slowly. Just like some truths don't come out from this one now. Now let's start, yeah? I'll play 2 videos from the interview. Let's start with this one.
Do you accept the results of the coroner inquest?
I mean, that is another question. That is another oddful question because I knew that there is a nurse involved in this case. You know, he reacted to rejection, and since my husband, even the night my husband died, that my father-in-law got to the house, you know, the nurse even narrated everything that happened to him. In fact, my husband's manager wanted to get the nurse arrested that night, but he asked us to let her go. That he does not have any business with her.
Your father-in-law asked them to let the nurse go.
That we should let her go. That he doesn't have any business with her. And you know, despite the begging that a lot of people begged him not to bury my husband that night.
So now they see a lot of things have been revealed. Now I wrote a lot of questions to ask. First things first, she said a nurse was involved in the whole thing. Secondly, she said she knew he reacted to an injection. She said it in more than one places, and I'll play the other side. Now I wrote a lot of questions. Now She said the nurse narrated what happened, waiting Kpai Mohbad to Mohbad father when Mohbad came in that night. So she established a Mohbad Kpai that night, because there was a part where she said, even the nights that my husband Kpai, so 90 nights he Kpai. Then she said when the husband father come, the nurse narrates what happened to Mohbad take Kpai. Now the question is, since he reacted to injection 1, what did the nurse narrate about Mohbad Kpai? What did the nurse tell Mohbad father? That's number 1. And since you were with them throughout before the nurse came, since you were with them, what happened there? Unless if you say you are not there. But the way you narrated the story, it's as if you were there. Now, what happened there? That's number 2. Now, you said your husband management wanted to arrest the nurse. Why did they want to arrest the nurse? You said that your husband management wanted to arrest the nurse. That means the nurse don't do something where it lead to the boy Kpai. So, what he make the one arrest the nurse? What happened that night? Una never still tell us. Now, who are the people in that apartment? Since you said the husband management, meaning the management of Mohbad was present in the house when the nurse came and before the nurse came. Exactly. So what happened before the nurse came and why did they want to arrest the nurse? Now, for Mohbad dad, when they narrate what happened to Mohbad to you, according to what she's saying, why did you say that the nurse should be let go? Why you say may they release the nurse, may the nurse they go? Why you say may they release the nurse? Because for them to say they want to arrest the nurse, it means that the nurse don't do something very bad when led to the boy Kpai. So why did you say they should let the nurse go? Now, let's go to the next part. Let's play this side.
So, you know, the fact that the autopsy results came out inconclusive is one thing that I don't, you know, it's hard to accept. Because I knew so well that my husband actually had an injury from the fight he had with his friend.
Had an injury?
His name is Prime Boy. And I also knew that he reacted to an injection. Because my husband was fine before the nurse came, although he had an injury. In fact, the day he died, he had a podcast with one girl. What's the girl's name? Susan Pork. Pajok, yeah, I think, yeah. I don't know.
Now,
he has a podcast.
See, a lot of questions. She has repeated that he reacted to an injection. But before this, she said he had an injury from a fight with his friend, Prime Boy. He had an hand injury, yes? That's number 1. Now, she also repeated that he reacted to the injection that the nurse gave him. Again, she now said, my husband was fine before the nurse came. So if your husband was fine, why did they call the nurse to come? Because person where they heal and natty, they don't go call nurse for him now. Now person where be say if they sick or he get emergency or he need check up, now they call nurse for make on check. She said he was fine before the nurse came. So why did the nurse come if he was truly fine? Now the question is this: is your husband on drugs? Does he do hard drugs? Shane and the nurse they administer hard drugs to Ram. Because if you are saying he reacted to an injection 2 times in that video, you said it, that he reacted to an injection. And again, in the other part of the video, you are saying that your husband was fine before the nurse came, although he had an injury from a fight with Prime Boy. So what is the story? Now, there's another part of the video where she said, it is Adura that prepared the food that Mohbad ate that night. Although the father-in-law was thinking that it was her. Immediately he heard that it was Adura that cooked the food that Mohbad ate that night. He decided not to talk again because he wanted to pin the whole crying of the guy on top her. That one is another one again. Do you understand? So it's possible to say the boy chop poison. That's that one another side entirely again. But I decided to stay on this part. That why did the nurse come? And what did they narrate? What did the nurse narrate to Baba Mohbad say happened to Mohbad? And why did the management want to arrest? Why did they wanted to arrest? Abi, which one be the English? Why did they want to arrest the nurse before Baba Mohbad? And why Baba Mohbad talk say, may they let the nurse they go? That's another side. Now, to the person where the interviewer, this does not look like an interview. This looks like a whitewashing. The reason why it looks like a whitewashing is this. You did not ask her about the voice notes that was released when Mohbad accused her of so and so. You didn't ask her of that. You literally didn't say anything about that. You just pick one or two things. Sometimes you go one talk, you go help her talk, call name. She didn't want to call name. Naira Marley and Sam Larry's name, she didn't want to call those names. You were the one that called the name for her. So it's obvious that you are trying to whitewash and clean the girl up. Now, to sum it all up, did you notice that Naira Marley's name wasn't in the bracket of what happened to the boy on that night? She said some things about they bullied the boy. She didn't call the name. The person where the interview and I didn't call name. But on that night, Naira Marley's name was never mentioned. So why did they bring Naira Marley's name into the whole equation? That's another thing. Now let me tell you something. In conclusion, I feel like Mohbad's wife is 70% innocent, but not entirely innocent. I feel like what happened to Mohbad has nothing to do with a lot of things that these people put online. I feel like somebody jumped into this whole thing earlier in the beginning and manipulated this girl to say a lot of things that she was not supposed to say. They confused her maybe. From this interview, I stopped the vibe I had before this interview changed. Now I'm seeing the girl in a better light, a little bit of a better light. But the truth is still not out yet. I feel like the girl is being manipulated by someone. That's my own opinion. Or by some people. To use Naira Marley to clean this. Because they just literally exposed everything now. Naira Marley was never involved. So why did they bring him in? Why did they bring all those things in? That being said, like I always say these things before, if you want to establish, say Naira Marley bullion, let's leave that. We all want to know wetin Kpai Mohbad. Wetin that nurse tell una say do Mohbad? What did the nurse say? What did she explain? And why did the record label wanted to arrest the girl? And last question. Did this whole thing happen before you people tried to rush Mohbad to the hospital? Where una announce saying Kpai for inside that car? Because inside car una announce. If you people announce say Mohbad Kpai inside that car that time, why una don't announce say Kpai inside house? Why did you people need to put him inside the car? Then for the inside the car una announce him? And for you don't already tell us now. Say Mohbad, he reacted to an injection. And when the father-in-law came, they explained to him what Kpai Mohbad, and the management wanted to arrest the nurse. Meaning say that guy don't Kpai for house. Now, but again, another problem is, see, this thing is plenty. Inside that car, those three boys, were they part of the people that were in the house with them? Are they part of the management that wanted to arrest the girl? And in that video again, the boy head moved, according to what I saw. And why did you people use a 15 seconds video to announce the buying of a big celebrity in Nigeria? Ah, Mama is dead. They end them. Immediately as the boy head be as if he raised, they end them. Next thing, they don't change position. They make another video. It was 2 videos. I remember vividly. Again, when the guy buy, una rush go talk say, when they see her post that time for Instagram, she dey post say, that they have taken him away from me. Since you know, say they don't explain, he reacted to an injection. Since you knew that he reacted to an injection, why didn't you say negligence or the nurse? Why did you use they have taken him away from me? He was always complaining, bullying and that. Now, this is the part where I'm trying to tell you people that I be like, see this guy, they know, say somebody user. All those write-up did not look like somebody that was mourning. I somehow believe the girl that she's innocent. That's what is crazy now. Unlike me before. But now I believe her. I feel like somebody talked her into making all those posts to switch and to divert attention to Naira Marley and Sam Larry. I feel like she's innocent. But somebody that is way smarter than her, somebody that she respects, deceived her or manipulated her to make that post. I don't know if you people understand what's going on. But anyways, the question still remains, why were they trying to arrest the nurse? And what did they narrate to Mohbad Papa, like you said? What did they narrate to Mohbad Papa? This is the most important thing of the whole podcast. And that part, why they no ask you about that voice recording where leak? I'll be waiting for the next one that she will do. Peace and love. Yeah. And as for the DNA, now I'm feeling like it's possible that the charge is from Mohbad. Now that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that way. But anyways, let's just be looking at the whole thing. Now when she don't do interview, I don't get another vibe to the whole thing. But at least the truth don't gently they come out. What we don't know before don't start to they come outside. Do you understand? So we move. Me na investigation I they do, I know they did. But I they add 2 + 2 together. And always I don't they talk since 9 don't they happen now. There was a fight. And truly she said there was a fight. Something happened in that house. I've always said it, which they no want to talk. And true, now they don't talk up. VDM, you good. Peace and love, don't play. Else you're gonna learn and you will learn the hard way.